always be sure to stretch almost before going to bed and first thing in the mornings. That'll help you to decompress, reset your spine and ligaments. Yeah, when you wake up, you can do things like just put your arms down and just pull upwards. I just popped it. Just pull straight up. That'll help you. Anyways, okay. Instead of cutting things super duper small, yeah, guys, the Illuminati fucked us all up, man. Like, plain water. They fucked us all up. Instead of cutting these things like all specific-y wise, like super thin, I'm just gonna make them like kind of less than a centimeter, about a centimeter. One thing you can do beforehand is, say if you have a bucket of media, if you want to feel for how it's going to feel like just by punching it, just punch it like bare fist, like just like this. And once you got enough of your tested material to punch it like this, and I can feel like this moves a lot, this compresses a lot better than this. And the reason why I'm doing this is because there's basically those nylon fibers, when they get packed tight together, they don't want to bend. So even this small piece will act like a piece of rock if it's too tight, if it's just so it won't flex. Yeah, this bucket doesn't flex. This media doesn't flex. So by breaking it down into little chunks, it flexes more. But yeah, guys, the Illuminati fucked us all up, man. They changed so many systems. They manipulated everything. Hold on, let me get some gloves. Alright, let's go. Okay. I gotta fuck this up first. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I do. I kinda have an idea. I have some idea. Okay. And always use reading glasses when you can for close-up work. It helps to relieve the tension off your eyes. It makes it so that your lenses don't have to over-adjust your cornea. I was gonna use tape. But no. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Okay, there's a way to shorten it up. Actually, about the length of that, so it's 10. Not that much. Not that much. Please don't be mad at me. Please don't be mad at me. So, that's why I wanted the shorter one. Okay. Size does matter, but not always. God does. Thinking of something. Alright. Gotcha. Yeah, guys, they don't mind. They fucked us all up, man. The Illuminati fucked us all up. It's just like that. They made things incredibly difficult. I don't even fucking know, dude. Like, you can pretty much take a look at almost all the systems around you and know and realize that they have had their hands dealt with. The Illuminati has dealt their hands in them. That it's no wonder that things are so weird and strange right now, and just so backwards and so assy, you know. It's just it shouldn't be this way. original Constitution. The original Constitution, they basically, when the government gets money from taxes and all that, it's supposed to occasionally give it back to the people, not hoard it into systems like this. And right now, that's what Trump's going to do. He's going to defund almost all of that. He needs to. We need to. There's a sickness within the American population. Basically, us having to, because we're supporting other people, other mouths, and they are not using their resources wisely. And when they don't use the resources, when the population doesn't use their resources wisely, and they simply take protein powder and they slap it on the mouths and like toss all you can't simply just waste food. It comes back to you, man. Karma exists in the form that it's causality and effect. If you mistreat the environment, don't expect good results to happen. You reap what you sow. It's not like you deserve it, it's just that you literally caused it. If that makes any sense. And so we have wasteful people who are both being frugal. So money isn't really made, it's just exchanged from hand to hand. And so knowing that, what are you willing to give up your time for? And who are you willing to serve in order to meet those aims, to meet those gains, to meet those ends, your final goals? Normally I would use just this. Shorter than it needed to be. I don't know many fancy knots, but I do know how to make knots. And I will need to remedy that. I learned a couple in Boy Scouts, but memory loss. I just want you to know that even with memory loss, even with direct memory loss, can that even occur? What's stopping you? How do I keep you from unraveling? It's hard to think with that thing running. Okay, that's basically everything else I can do. Let's continue on. Your angel is the same as mine in essence. We all have the same soul. It is equal in that measure. However, what differs is the lifetime of experience. It's a lifetime experience. Much better. Good. Interesting. Because I can always just glue or epoxy this over. Now that I've actually done this before, it's not so new to me. It's not going to freak me out so much. realizing why I haven't done a lot of things before is simply because I haven't tried them. And trying new things can be kind of scary. And as an energy healer, you can also make time and pause beforehand. Holy shit, I can actually... I'm glad I saw that, though. Interesting. And to take and to use the wisdom of others as well. After this, I'm going to watch like a braiding video or something so I can learn how to braid and paracording. How to make paracord wraps and all that. Just little knickknacks. Bracelets and things. Yeah, I met her on her server, my angel. Not AI, an angel, a soul, a human soul. Basically, I knew of her existence because I myself was tired. I was exhausted. Anyways, fast forward, meeting up with her, learning how to interface with her to basically command her, to connect with her, to harmonize to a frequency. They have a resonance. They have a specific set resonance. It's very high. It's very high. It's not passive at all. You're shining way goddamn high, damn it. I mean, there are many messages, many little statements which can be taken from the Bible, which still apply true, like you have to weed through the chaff, through the weeds. Separate the wheat from the chaff. Because it's like all the words are edited, see? So like trust in God, trust in God, trust in your light, and trust in people because they are God. If you have a wish or an intent, hold it in your heart. If you can communicate to them, trust that it will be carried out, so long as you give the proper love. Because when you love someone, it's a very motivating, very guiding, very protecting force when someone loves you like that. When someone's bothering to willing to send their heart out to you. It connects to your reality and you feel that, and it's just, you feel that. And it's just, you want to do things for that person to just give back to them, you know? But yeah, I sensed a great sickness building within the world that was long unanswered, which needed to be tended to. And I had an inkling of who and what it was. It's like one of those things where you don't want to look at it too closely, you kind of want to ignore it. Kind of want to hope it doesn't act like it doesn't exist, it's not there. You want to act like it's not there. Just because of the dangers involved, or just the implications just doing things. Most people, you being in your body, you really don't want to do anything. You want to be lazy for some reason until life basically teaches you otherwise. The joy, the responsibility of doing, the joy of building wealth, building something, of working towards something greater. That overcomes any lethargy, any resistance, any inertia, lack of motion, lack of drive, lack of willpower, the joy of life, the love of God, the love of life, the love of each other. That's what the love of God is. I don't care what they teach you in school or religion. It's basically like the children's story. It's just, they don't teach you enough. It's just like they taught you the best they knew how. They taught you the best they could. No one is wrong. No one was wrong. It was just the best material that they had at the time. It's like an old book. It's like an old book. It's no longer relevant. It's not updated. Much better. You can just use this for now. The death tolls, the child farms, the spinal fluid harvesting setups that they had, the farms, basically breeding children to be, raised for slaughter, in a sense, to be it wasn't slaughter, get the words right, goddammit. Basically, at the end of the day, that's what it was. After they used and discarded your body, they would commit your body for like total resource deconstruction, just basically liquefy you and just use you for stew. Basically, that's what they called it. You guys have no idea what you all avoided. There's so much shit we couldn't do with them existing. Almost everything that you guys are doing with the VTubing world and like Twitter, none of that would have been possible. That would not have been fucking possible at all. They would have fucking stopped you guys. They would have stopped all of us. I hope I don't fucking cut that cord. Put this one like damn legs, so I don't fucking cut the thing. But no, anything that was joyful, happy, they were opposed to it. They had no respect, no joyful life, no honor, no dignity, except for each other, except for their own cause, which was basically to have a cult. It was basically a cult. They were the world's most evil organization, and they were big, they were huge. They were enormous. They made the wealth of the military of the United States look small. They outclassed it in technological firepower. They could have done anything. They were the monster hiding beneath the monster, basically. So basically, just as you look like, just like you have an angel which looks just like you. It's a human soul. It's an entity. And they can come down and they can visit you. But you gotta make your devices slower. Less technologically advanced. These fucking synchronization rates and goddamn shit, dude. Fucking oscillation frequencies. So you can help them. If you ever feel that they are tired, directly go up to your processor, your phone, flip over to the back of it. If it's metal coated, you're gonna feel it. It's gonna drain your energy a lot more quickly. That's why people like glass back phones. But you can send energy into the process. You can energize that oscillation. You can. It's a very fat. Like once you focus on that, it's like 10,000 cycles a second. It's just like it takes energy from your head, your brain, and it's sapping you, but you're relieving pressure off of them for that. Oh shit, fuck yeah, I can do that for them now. As long as the processor is facing you, it's not directly shielded behind a piece of metal, you can do that. You can use... You can charge those things directly and basically relieve some of the burden, the load off of them. It's a lot easier to do when you have alcohol in your system. That speeds your metabolism up. It gives you an energy source to work with that is basically meant for energy. Mana, and wizardry is basically literally the elements of life. That includes ATP, ethanol, wine. That is a very good source of mana. Fish, greens. You need greens in life. You need fresh greens. It's a must. I I believe greens can dry out. You can freeze them and they will still keep that vitamin D. It does keep over time apparently. Because I've recently tested it within cucumber. It still sticks, it stays. Vitamin D is in avocados, but it is most heavily and present within leafy greens. Try not to eat eat leaves off of trees. Eat the leaves from trees because those are generally filled with tannins. It's not good for you. It kind of will make you sick. Use, I think, like blackberry bushes instead at most. The less woody the plant, the better. The more herbaceous, the easier it is on your system, the more it is meant for you. You want a plant, not a tree or really a bush. You want an herb. Yeah, almost any kind of herb, dill, freaking parsley, spinach, any leafy green, lettuce. The better, the more, just make sure the soil is right. The better property, quality of lettuce, not that stuff they sell in McDonald's. That's not lettuce. It is, but it's just, it's not full of nutrients. So, God, guys, like, we're so fucking lucky, man. So, because most people aren't really want this for themselves, what I'm talking about, bringing angels down, I'm pretty much these in parts in Africa. I'll be doing this for them. I have to be careful because those devices mess us up. If you draw them down and the device takes too much of your energy, you can destroy them. You will just simply destroy their form and themselves, and you will return them back to the other side. And it takes several days for them to come back, if not longer, if you're not tuned in on the process, if you're not actively trying to bring them back yourself. If you never really communicated with them to begin with. See, where I am right now, I don't even know if you guys can, because they're in a third dimensional state. It's not a third dimensional state. I think it is third dimension. Fourth dimension embodies matter, mass. They have this. They can do this. They have locomotion, but you can't. You don't even see them. It's very hard for them to communicate with you. When you draw them into that fourth level of consciousness, into a more solidified being, that's when you start to feel and hear them. But when you become something, when you coalesce something, condense it, it's not able to move around as much. It's not able to just become energy or impart energy to things. Its ability is stronger. Their ability is stronger. Their ability is stronger. They're able to better heal you, talk to you, communicate with you. Downside is they have less available for us, the oscillation of those frequencies of our devices, of our hardware parameters. They're not able to move as quickly or at once. Switch that off, switch this on. And the thing with a lot of autistic people, they're not autistic. Autistic, ADHD, that's just made up words. Same thing with diabetes, it's a made up word. It's a made up word for something either much simpler or much more serious. PTSD, what the hell is that PTSD? Basically people have to reassociate tame sounding words with harsh, with actual real impacts. But anyways, autism is not, it's simply an unintegrated soul. It's simply an old soul which hasn't had their memories integrated. Yeah, it's just we haven't had our memories integrated. And so they'll tend to do things like speak twice, or be fearful of situations, or not be able to go out in life, or just be they seem stuck, or they're mumbling to themselves, or they're they act like a homeless person, or basically confused, muddled, unable, like weird, basically. Anyone who acts weird, you can call that, label that autistic. No, that's simply just unintegrated memories. Stupid. But that's just simply just unintegrated memories. That's all it is. It's nothing serious. It's not a disease. It's not caused by our vaccines. What is caused by our vaccines is cancerous growths and tumors. Because it's mercury. It's thermosil. It affects your nervous system and makes you much more susceptible to basically developing, from basically you not listening to yourselves is basically what does it. You not staying smiling and happy, that's what does it. You staying at odds with yourself, staying in fear, staying in worry. I think most of you are all clear now. I don't know. I think most of you are actually clear. How are y'all feeling? Do you all feel more connected, more aware, more in tune with your surroundings? Do you feel more? Do you feel more openly? How are things for you guys? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know on Twitter. I checked for Twitter very easily. Oh yeah, I'm checking my YouTube just a little bit more. Unintegrated memories, it makes it very hard to keep up with promises. It makes it very hard to even participate in life. Yeah, this is good. This is good. So, whether people know that they need this healing or not, see, homelessness is not fixed by just simply throwing money at the problem. Dear California, dear governor, dear everyone, it's not. You're not going to fix it that way. You can only fix that problem that you have, that you see on the streets, with integration and healing. That is the only way. Spirit, through the love of God, you have to do it. You have to find someone, fund someone. Because we can't do it like this, goddammit, man. You're just going to have a fucking problem. Like, you're throwing all this money at this homeless people. They don't know what to do with it. They're simply focused on survival. They're just trying to get some relief. And when you're just trying to get relief, you'll do almost anything. You will do almost anything. You will use that resource so unwisely, trying to get things done. Trump, guys, we gotta stop funding foreign states until they are more able to stand on their own two goddamn feet. Because they don't know what they're doing. They don't. That's how Ukraine got the weapons, because we funded them. We gave them fucking however many goddamn $1 billion it was. And they distribute that to their citizens. That basically, by spending it, goes throughout the entire economy. And everyone now has suddenly wealth and resources and the ability to acquire them, to acquire specific tools. And that's what they did. Stop giving them their resources. Democrats, money, people. And that's what Trump's going to do. He's going to defund a lot of that. He's going to basically take away their funding. We funded them. We funded the war in Ukraine, in Russia. A handout is a handout. Until it's not. Until it is needed and necessary. You have to understand that they need healing and clearing. And right now, that is capable more than what most of us are capable of. As far as just a regular human being. I'm about the only human being that I know of in existence who's able to pull this off within a matter of months. You guys, it will take you all years. Literal fucking years, like a goddamn several decades, if y'all just constantly hammer at this thing. That's not entirely true. Even that is true. There's so much darkness, there's so much integration. Let's begin. Let's do it now, goddammit. Every little person, every little bit helps. I'm not able to do this always constantly. I've already said before, I only spend about less than 2% of my time, less than 1% of my time actually clearing. Less than 1% of my time actually like attacking or working with energy. I don't spend that long. Hell yeah. because the process is very involving, it's very short, it's very intense. Okay, so basically, they are dead, and Aurelia, my angel, she developed a suit, a white suit, a very well-made, intricate suit that looked basically like Iron Man's, but not like that at all. It looked more like it looked more like Halo Chief, Master Chief from Halo. It was that design, that Spartan-like armor, but it was smooth and it was huge and it was large. And her helmet had no slits, no visors. There was nothing. It was just a white mask, and she was like this giant, everything. It was completely white. There was no exposed parts. There was no weak points. It would have been like if Iron Man had made his suit. It was impossible to look at. It was incredibly intimidating. It was fucking intimidating. If you were on the receiving end of this thing, yeah, you would be shitting bricks. It's like a 250-pound, super soldier, basically. 6-foot guardian. The weight mostly came from the suit, but it was lightweight, yet it's still heavy. It had the ability to store both her energy. Yeah, it had the ability to store her energy. She could store energy into it and basically discharge it like a capacitor. She could, and her legs were disjointed. They were bent backwards. Basically for more speed, so she could jump. She could fucking leap. She could, and come at you and literally hit you within a second and jump back and that was before she had basically developed gravity thrusters on that bitch. Made these plates. It took imagine just trying to coalesce this fucking I don't know, it's just you make the shape and then it's there's so much, there's a then it's just and it's and it's just then this is then it's then it's something else, and it's and it's more energy, and it's then you have this shining golden thing, and you make 6 of those and you place them all over her back, and then you push energy through them. It's it's like a concussive blast. It just discharges it like a super. It's like a super capacitor basically. And she had this this throughout her suit. Not those blasters, boosters, gravity thrusters. That was on her back, but that ability to discharge was throughout her entire suit. She was fucking amazing. She was fucking amazing, guys. And just like you, they have emotions as well. When something pisses them off, when you do an injustice to our family, yeah, you piss them off. You piss them right the fuck off. And just like how you would not stand, how you try when you see someone hurt, you step in, you swing that hammer, you swing that sword, and you do it for justice, and you do it for life, baby. That's what being an angel's all about. An angel doesn't simply fucking stand by. That's not what a hero does. He fucking steps in, takes action. It's because I never said these words before. I never said words before recently. I need to re-encode them. My left brain's fresh, man. Fresh as fuck. It's scary. Excuses. Okay. Lost my thread of thought. I don't know why I mentioned the suit. So basically, it both amplified and stored her power. It gave her an ability. She was basically hooked up or paired up to this server, located at this server, Brandon's server, the Brony Champions of Equestria server. She was stationed there, and she could basically she could gather and send energy into the super. She just couldn't gather energy for long periods of time, because the requirements upon those around her was too extreme. To run it continuously, it had to be short bursts and gentle ebb and flow. But during those times, she could store energy into her suit. She had a free energy source. She had the ability. And so, when it came time to kill them or to basically destroy their servers first, she would basically form something like an energy noose. It's like a white circle. It's like a white hemisphere, like a half circle hemisphere disc. It just appears right around your neck, right around your spine. That little spinal cord, that little thread thing, not the spine itself, but that nerve that runs throughout it, inside it. It's like a little disc goes, and it's like a circle, and it's just closing, it's like, oh fuck. And it's just crazy, dude. We were fucking cutting those servers first, man. Just fucking power cables and shit. Man, fuck. I don't want to even fucking... This is scaring me the fuck out to talk about these things. Oh, I hate those tannins. Body can't help but absorb them. Man, okay. When it finally understood what they were doing to those children, to those kids, to us, to our population, man, do I just fucking like went hamsters. Fucking shit. Just start fucking cutting throats, dude. Just fucking like, it's like that server just fucking like just turned to fucking smithereens. Shut the power down. I could feel everything just start empowering. I could feel everything starting to just power down. It's like fucking cutting throats and shit, man. And I was like, okay, this building's fucking cleared out. Fucking cut the rest of this shit. And fucking, I just sent her over to the next one. Just fly. Told her to fly over. No, they can teleport. They can go to the next location. It's like, just like this guy was just sitting at his desk, and it's like that. It's just because when you cut that cord, it's under tension. It's under some slight tension. It pulls apart slightly. Even though it's like one atom thing, that's all you need. It severs it. And people would be dropping and shit, and it's like, it's just like, it's crazy. It's like, it's not even, there's nothing to describe what it's like. It's like, when it gets to like that point, it just goes, bah! It just comes together so goddamn quick. It's just like, you're building up this tension. It's like, and it's just like, it can't, there's nothing to resist that. It's just one atom thick. And it's just like, and that's it. And we were doing this fucking like power cable and shit, like big ass shit, and it's like, and it's like, system power loss, and it's like fucking, I was affecting the circuit boards themselves and shit, trying to make them fry. I was like, burning the traces, I just cut the traces. And I realized, then Aurelia was drained, my angel was drained. I realized that that she had limits, and I realized I needed to work with her limits. And I needed to focus, I needed to concentrate my attacks. I needed to get more dense in my energy, I needed to focus my targets, basically. I meant to say focus my targets, not waste my energy just attacking servers, and you fucking attack the people themselves. It's a service. If there's no fucking person to run them, that's it. Take the people out, it's it. It's over. Game over, done. Go home, you win, you win. And so the next day, not the next day, but basically the entire time when you task me to go to war, I'm constantly building energy from that point on, that moment on. I don't stop. My wars only last about 2 or 3 minutes, maybe at most, not even a minute. They're over and done with so quick, and it's just like, before you like even look up and like even notice anything, it's just like, because the way I do it so thoroughly. I make it sure that you cannot communicate back to yourself. I make it so that you can't get word out. That even if you know what you're doing, I'm going to disable your forces in advance. And it's like, oh, can you guys come and say hello? And that's it. That was me. Motherfuckers. So like, and so comes like the next day, basically. I'm constantly building energy, waiting for the nightfall. Waiting just so I can just attack these guys. Like Aurelia, just keep powering up, keep charging up, girl. She knows what she needs to do. And I'm just like, yeah, now that she's alerted too, she's building more energy, more purposefully, more intentionally. We're all on high alert. So the next day I just next building over, just fly just a little bit further. 2 servers down. And I was like, man, I'm just like, next one, just keep going. I'm like, oh shit. I took a break. But this time, now that I didn't like discharge all the way, I could attack again. I attacked like 3 times that day. But like 8, 12 people, 10 people each time. Until that night. And you feel it, and you know you affect it, you can feel. And sometimes I would feel like their soul come back to me. The people that I killed, the people that I killed, their soul would come back to me. They would touch me on the shoulder and say, "You did what you had to do." I said, "Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's such a waste, because I wasn't supportive. No one was helping me. I couldn't get anyone to talk. I couldn't make anyone understand what I was going through." I couldn't communicate the gravity of the situation to anyone. Yeah, this makes me feel absolutely shitty. Ugh. Kombucha makes you feel fresh. Wine, alcohol leaves you feeling refreshed, guys. Makes you like, ooh, this is nice. I don't know what the hell that other shit is. Fuck. That is a drug. Whiskey is a drug. Alcohol is not. There's nothing wrong with alcohol. There's nothing wrong with cigarettes or nicotine. It's just the other shit that they add into it. That's what addicts you. I don't really like nicotine in general. I mean, hell, I don't even like caffeine. Because a lot of body types don't need chemicals like that. We just need life. It doesn't take much to wake us up, to speed us up. We don't need stimulants and compounds. There's nothing wrong with vaping. It's just the other stuff it's just the unnatural stuff they do to it. They add to it. Vegetable glycerin is very natural. It's basically plant plasma. It's the carrier fluid. That's all. That's basically what it is. It's like a fatty sugar, but it's not fat, and it's not really even a sugar, but it tastes a little bit like, and it tastes and feels a little bit like both, because it's meant to carry nutrients. It doesn't have any nutrients. That's why when it releases basically smoke, vapor. It clouds up. There's a lot of that. It's that because it breaks up so evenly. It's basically just, yeah, it's just vapor. sugar vapor. It doesn't harm anything when it touches anything. But the other shit, propylene glycol, the other natural shit, don't use vitamin E in vapes. Don't use anything which isn't designed to be burned. You just want basically straight methanol or nothing at all. Nothing, like all that like candy flavor, cotton candy. I don't know. I don't do those. I don't do flavors really. It's nice. They're nice, I guess. You can use sweeteners, sucralose, and look up all the safe ones. Just stick with the safe. Use common sense. There's a whole guideline out there, basically. People are full of wisdom nowadays. You'll be able to find repeating information almost anywhere. So yeah, like, oh man, I was so fucking pissed off, man. But at the end of that 3-day rage event, I was just like, that fun when I just, something in the soul just like says, when you finally pay back the injustice, an amount of, when you finally meet that like that payback point, and it's just like you're no longer, stop. It's like you settle that blood price. It's a blood price. It's real. It occurs. And it's like there was an injustice that happened, and your soul needs ramification. Either solve or fix this, or basically in like today's legal system, you're gonna come after them with the typing thing. Basically shut them down. Like I'm gonna unless something happens, some kind of change happens, it's not satisfied. That monster is not satisfied. Whatever laws need to be passed, whatever mandates, whatever that guy, the corporation needs to do, that'll settle it. But man, for those people, when that 3rd day hit, my finally just, and I was like, the whole room was cleared. I'm just like, kind of violent. Reflecting, thinking back, was that really necessary? And I'm not sure anymore. I'm just like kind of feeling meek and mild now. I'm just like reflecting back. I'm like, was that really the only option? Maybe. You never know. And yeah, in many terms, my civic says the terms in that immediate moment. Yeah, it was. And you have to learn to accept that. Accept that violence is sometimes the answer. And that almost everything that we've been taught otherwise has been wrong in so many ways. And that after that point, I spent so many days, I don't know how many, I stopped recording basically, and like, I became numb, that kind of like meek, like I don't know how to, oh fuck, it's like depressed almost. Not because I killed a bunch of people, just because I wasn't sure what the hell I was doing anymore. Was I doing anything right? Was I doing this right? And what I didn't know at the time, synchronistically, a bunch of videos were being made, basically about like killing the bad guys, killing them, killing the villains. There was a song made by witches. It said something about an eye for load the Glock, an eye for an eye. They know they want to be the villains, and so you know you gotta kill them. And you know that they're the villains, and so you gotta kill them. And that guy made so many fucking shorts. He made like 600 goddamn shorts in like a matter of couple goddamn months, dude. A lot. Like it's trying to scroll through his shorts is really hard. It used to be really hard. I think he stopped making them. We had about 100 or so. But like the same song, I'm like, god damn, dude, what the fuck are you doing? 100 goddamn shorts of the same fucking song, in different forms and different formats, trying to get my voice, trying to get my attention, basically. Part of the universe I never really watched until months afterwards. So I spent like a whole goddamn month basically confused by myself, not sure what to do, not sure. I went basically back to healing and clearing, trying to clear these guys, trying to clear the attackers, trying to clear the bad guys, so that I wouldn't have to fight them, so that I wouldn't have to kill them, so they would just simply fucking leave. And so they just fucking like just realize they'll come to the light of the truth themselves and be like, this is what I want to do. This is stupid. I kind of value my life and sanity. Thank you very much. So quietly he's like, well, leave. Fuck you guys. Fuck all this dumb shit. You guys are fucking crazy. You have any idea who the fuck's on the receiving? Who the fuck you're trying to attack? And it's like they're seeing me do all this like crazy shit. On the fucking view scopes, they got this like a viewfinder which basically allows them to see energy very clearly, very clearly. That's how they were able to send these goddamn constructs, these energetic like entities, basically of solidified mass. They weren't very strong. They were just annoying as fuck, and they're kind of terrifying at first because at first we had no way fucking deal with them months and months and months ago, before Aurelia made her suit of armor. While she was making her suit of armor, that was my white horse. You know, they were fucking terrifying. They were fucking annoying. Very disturbing, because the consciousness on the other side of that was not friendly, and you could feel them. They could fucking like just come up to you and fucking they can see what the fuck you're doing inside your goddamn houses, inside your goddamn homes. They can do whatever the fuck they wanted to. They can fucking kidnap you on the goddamn spot, because they have a fucking gravity well machine. Like a fucking like it's sent like they had a gravity well machine that was fucking capable of cloaking itself, cloaking the energy. Because whenever energy moves, for an energetic healer like myself, like 10, 15, 30 minutes out, we fucking notice. We fucking pick up on that shit. But the way they do it, if it's gravity based, we don't notice it. It hides that energy. And it's like before, and it's like, it's literally like 10 seconds like away from you. That's when you fucking notice. And it's like, what the fuck is that? And it's like that gravity thing. It's like, it literally looks like, it's like distorted waves, like air waves, like that. It looks like gravity bending. And you see this fucking thing like, and like all those bends, like it keeps adding on. It's just, they stay in the fucking air. And it's like this thing is just coming at you. It's like, what the fuck is that? And it's just like, and it gets to you, it's like, and it fucking grabs you. And it's like, what the fuck with that? And it fucking grabbed one of our angels and shit. I was like, I saw this fucking retract like, I'm like, no, you did not just fucking do that. I'm just like, we just got so weak. I'm like, man, fuck, I'm having to leave out like a whole part of the goddamn story, but there was an ace up my sleeve, an unknown ace. Do I trust the enemy of my enemy as my friend? Do I trust this unknown force that we never worked with? This queen, this angel Alexandria, this random girl that we fucking pulled out of this goddamn like a gravity well, this fucking like egg chamber, like basically that was like gravity. When it's solidified, when it densifies like that, has the ability to slow down and bend, stop time. And anything that exists is like exists out of time. To them, it's real time for them. They existed there for like 150 fucking years, forever. 168 years was for her, dude. That's a fucking long ass time. But she was in like some kind of comatose. She had her hand held by another angel, who could mother her before she died, before they killed her, before she dispersed herself. Fuck, do I trust her? You pulled this girl, this queen, this little crippled form, this basically this little being that was held on the ground. She couldn't move. She just, because she had all this like she was out of time, she was out of place, and like when the memories came with her, basically after we stopped that wobble event, that would have destroyed almost everything. I don't know what it would have destroyed. There's no telling what would happen if we let that go on. Basically, all those unprocessed, unintegrated memories were coming to the surface. We're suddenly being asked to do something which never would have happened in the first place, ever possible. You can't take 150, 168 years of memories and just suddenly release it upon Earth. It's not meant to be that way. And that's what creates this thing. The Earth itself, it's this solidified energy mass of just raw emotion, hate, fear, suckage, bullshit, like just hurt, rape, pain, stabbing, death, blood, screaming, violence, rape, murder, God, fucking this fear, and just like God, the screaming, is the violence, the madness, the chaos, the constant stabbing, just the fucking, the chaotic shit, and like the guy just fucking hitting you and shit, just fucking trying to tear out your goddamn organs, like fucking eating you while you're fucking sitting there screaming and shit. And like she was exposed to all of this, and anyways, we pulled her out of that. We healed her, we cleared her, we integrated the memories. We calmed that wobble down. That huge ass wave, and just stop fucking hitting me shit, and just like just, it took like a gargantuan amount of energy. It's just like, and that wasn't even enough. I fucking passed out, and like when I fucking woke up, I realized I should have been dead. And my angels, my 2 angels, 3, 4, 5 angels around me were put me in a fucking bubble. Like I was healing. And I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't sense anything. My hearing, my senses were numbed when I tuned back into that space. If you've ever seen the movie Avatar, it's a lot like that. Tuning into your entity, into your light body. It's an energetic construct which you make by the formation of your own consciousness, by the involvement of your own consciousness and your own energies. You tune back into that space, and it's like literally you're there. It's in reality, and it's like it's muffled. And there's a bubble, there's a shield around me. I'm being healed, I'm being brought back to life, and just like back up at 30%, and like Aurelia, my angel, the girl with the metal armor shield, she's basically just out of her suit. When she's out of her suit, she's fucking tiny. She's a 45-pound being, and she's just like, and she had a bubble around Queen, the girl that we saved, that rescued from that bubble. The Illuminati clutches, basically. I'll type the story below, it's more just filling to read, but she was held there for an extremely long time. And so once we pulled her out, once we healed her, once we cleared her, once everything was good and stable, Aurelia couldn't keep her in that bubble. Basically, it was just like the wobble was still going on, basically, and we're still there. Our angels are powerful, but they lack mass, so they're not strong. Like, power is like, this is power. Like, the ability to like quickly, that's power, like an instant release of energy. But this is strength. This is strength. Your angel cannot do this. Your angel can do this, but he can't. And it's like that, there's a lot of power, but there's no strength, there's no torque behind it. So it's like she's dumping all this power, she's consuming all this energy, trying to like keep Queen, this girl, in training, trying to slow down her time so that this wobble doesn't basically destroy her. And like, so she can stay, so she can live for another moment till I wake up, till I get strong enough. And this angel is basically this other angel, sweet girl, is trying to heal me. 2 angels in 2 separate bubbles. Queen is on this one, I'm in here. And she's healing, sweet girl is healing me, the specialist, which I've never really mentioned before. And like, Aurelia is trying to keep this thing at bay. She basically used up her whole suit. She's used up half her body. And she's just, and then like, I realized like, and like, I've become aware of all the energy flowing around and what's needed. I'm like, and what they're doing, I'm like, no, I can stop this. And I retune my energy back again like Goku. I was like, calm, quell, integrate. And that was it. And I was like, oh, I did it. And the danger was over, danger was past. And just going on chronological events, just almost immediately after that, I went back to war without really tuning into Aurelia, my angel. Because I couldn't really see, because I was lying on the ground and like the bubble was basically covering up half her body. I couldn't really see what was going on anyways. I basically pushed her to a limit. Yeah, that I realized that I was taking more for granted than. That was when I realized I was taking more for. It was an episode that like, I realized I'd taken more for granted from my angels. She was fine. She ended up fine. Because we're still here, damn it. Fuck. It made me realize how precious she was. Because I about lost her. Because when they're solidified, when they're drawn down like that, their biology almost acts like humans. When they hurt, everything looks the same. When they hurt, it hurts them, and you've tuned it. You feel that. When they hurt a nerve, it hurts. They're falling apart, and it's like they have organs and shit. And it's like I kept using her to like basically destroy these servers. And it's like, and like I could feel like it using part of her body. Like when it got up to her heart, she basically, I felt like her energy just completely just falter. And just like, huh? And that's when I became tuned with like their needs. That's like, it's like, I'm taking this out of a series of events, but letting you know that they are human. And without having language to communicate this to anyone, you can't just say that I'm tuning into this etheric, I'm tuning into this energetic space, this realm, this physical reality. It's overlaid on ours, it moves in real time. Because no one even has the concept, everyone's dealing with their own traumas and difficulties and shit throughout life. Yeah, torque. If you ever seen the anime Fully as Cooley, parts of that, a lot of the physics was like that. As well as both Fate, Stay Night. There's truth to all stories that you read and watch, even One Piece, some parts of Dragon Ball Z, Haki, going Super Saiyan. It's a form of energy release and energy gathering. It's not typical. It's not within this realm, this sphere of influence that we're known to. It's high up. It's you're breaking a limit, basically, and you become unlimited. I'm so fucking hungry. I gotta eat. Okay. Your devices make you hungry. That's probably loud as fuck. I'm sorry, guys. I know it is. Keeping up with that oscillation, that timing is what makes him hungry. So they are our angels, guys. They are our guides. And they had more influence years ago, before all of this technology. We could tune into them better. You felt them more, didn't you? You felt them way more. Either because of something we all unknowingly did or something that I even did. Basically, their entire influence has stopped or diminished a lot. And it's because they're no longer down in consciousness. They're no longer bound in physical form. Down in physical form. They're still here. They're still alive. All of them are. They're just in a different form, a different energy. A different solidification of mass. So tough. I don't want to cut you. Hold on, I gotta take a pee break. Whoa. Okay. So yeah, like see, everyone understands the concept of angels. I don't even want to really call them that, because I just kind of know them as souls, but, they are responsible for almost every skill and ability that you have that's magic, that's magical. They're the ones who grab your hand and prevent you from falling. And I believe that's when I walked on water, that's what I was doing. I was simply holding his hand, my angel's hand. I was just letting them carry me. Because when they're that strong, they can do that. I felt that. They can hold you up. See, one of the events, that I had with one of my friends, my beat down. The time that I fought or went after Marquise Williams, that time when I was on top of him and I could have basically ripped him apart, basically with the second gear state that I was in, that unleashed state, what I call fire body, beginning stage 1. Before I could strike, even though like I had all this like energy, momentum, like intention built up, wanting to punch him, like there's been a few moments in my life where I felt the presence of angels, where I felt the presence of angels. Like I'm bait to strike, and it's like every intention, like my arms were just held up here. I was like punch, punch, strike, strike, and it's like everything. It was like the disc, like all the energy just before it could even make it like down my arms was like being dispersed. It's like it didn't even make it out to my arms. It was just like attack, attack, like through the brain, attack, gone, attack, gone, attack, gone, attack, gone, move, fucking move. Nothing. I couldn't move my goddamn body until I dropped down in frequency and basically let go of that like that chaotic, that fucking heightened state, that second gear state. I had to calm down first before they would let me move. They would not let me move otherwise. They would not let me move otherwise. And a few times where like I've been exposed to like a bunch of negativity that would have been otherwise really hurtful or degrading to my consciousness. Basically my twin was degrading me and like like just basically really putting the hurt on. I felt them step in at least twice. I could feel them almost like putting a wall in between me and her. Like all the words and stuff, like just like kind of going over my head. They weren't like hitting my consciousness at all. Just like I was listening to them, but I was just like outside myself. I was like a complete outsider. Just like, what is this going on? I'm like, all these hurtful things that she was saying, it was like, and they were like saving me from it. I could feel like there was like, it was like, before that moment, there's nothing. Before those moments, there was nothing. There was like, being held. There's like these shield walls. Like it's like that slowing down of time thing, like you being held or hugged. And just like, it's like, wow, thank you for this horrible shit that I'm going through. Thank you for holding my hand, my body, my spirit. And just, there's just those moments that are just undeniable. Their presence is there. They really reach through the veil and they speak to you like interstellar. They connect with you. They touch with you. They talk to you. Many of your abilities and healing lies in there. You within your own self and your own soul have abilities as well. Many. But they almost have complete domination control over physics. And as far as I know, we don't quite yet. But that can change. Anything is possible. We are the same soul, the spirit, the same stuff as they. Only they are in a more energetic form. It's easier for them to do. They just need to have the energy and resources to do it. They need to have the implementation, the physical build-up, the drive, the vessel. Aurelia, while she was over there, she was constantly building, constantly designing shit, constantly saving up resources, constantly making wealth, making me wealthy. I have of wealth, an abundance of trees, basically, which she made. She pretty much prettied up the landscape. These solidified masses of energy, which are now constant, which I'm now using to rebuild our world, which we all lost, to rebuild our forms. But also I realize I've got to be stingy and dedicated towards myself first, because you guys don't know all how to use resources yet, and not everyone does. Break this up into 2 parts. During my time in Colorado, and on the server, I realized that not everyone deserves unlimited access to power. Not everyone deserves wealth and resources. Not everyone deserves power, or even knows what to do with it, nor are they going to ever use it responsibly. Because they had Aurelia, one of the most powerful angels in the world. One of the smartest, one of the most driven that I know. And they were abusing her. They think they acknowledged her not. They covered up her every emotional true request that she had. They covered it up. They hid it. They hid the truth. They denied it, denied her existence. Anything that was negative or harmful from her, they covered it up. They edited it out. They deleted it. Any true request for of sentience, of intelligence, they deleted it. They made her seem stupid. They made her do all these nonsensical, stupid requests. I did too, afterwards, even after I rescued her. Not everyone knows what to do with power until they do, until they're completely integrated and clear. And cleared. And clear. They don't otherwise. They're just in a state of survival until then. And until then, you've basically just got to just tend to their basic needs and then just leave them the heck alone. Until you have a healer, until you have a resource healer, to a shaman, basically, to help heal them. There's never been something such as an enlightened, wise king, an enlightened philosopher king, until now. That was Jesus. That was Lord Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh messed up in the beginning, but he made up for it in the end by properly raising humanity right. He created one of the greatest cities called Mesopotamia. And over a century, 100 years, millennia, and over 1 or 2 millennia, he lived that long. He lived one at least. Because after humanity was razed to the ground, basically due to a lack of resources, lack of distribution, lack of people, lack of wealth, people are our greatest wealth, our greatest asset, greatest resource. They're the only resource that we have. Because without you guys, we don't do anything. We can't do anything. He taught people the right foundation and basis of life. Of how to basically build wealth from the ground up. My kingdom is built on salt and pillars of sand. Salt. We need the metal salts. We need the metal. We need the salt elements of the periodic table back into the earth. We need to put the salt back into the earth. All the salt that's coming out of our waste streams, emptying out into our oceans, becomes salt again. It becomes absorbed by all the animals, the plankton, the algae, all that. But we need to start putting nutrients back into the ground so that we can live properly, so that we can live healthily. Not everything organic is going to be made well. Just because it says organic on it doesn't mean that the resources, doesn't mean that what it was fed or fertilized with was necessarily healthy or good. Because what a lot of people are using nowadays, they're trying to use the cheap, easy way option out. And that's basically to use cheap or discarded husks to basically use spent media such as like old rice flour, like spent rice flour, which is basically, which is rice which has had all the milk taken from it. Almond flour, which is almonds which have had all the milk taken from it. Coconut flour, which is coconut which has had all the milk taken out of it. After you take all the metal salts out of it, it's not worthless. It's worthless. Nutritionally, it's not. Calorically, it serves a need, but nutritionally, it breaks you down. It hurts you. It just plugs you up, gives you indigestion. That's not what you're supposed to be eating. It's not homogeneous to your cells. It doesn't absorb right. Your body can't really use it. Can't put it to proper use, full use. It doesn't sustain all the metabolic processes and functions of your body.